Hello everybody and welcome to Skul. My name is MrWoodenSheep and today we are taking a look at this action roguelike game, which I'll be pronouncing as Skul because I think that's way cooler. And the main mechanic is that you go around beating people up with your leg bone over here, but as you pick up other dead skeleton skulls, you can actually transfer it with your own and then gain their abilities, which we'll get to shortly as we find an extra skull. But as you can see here, the basic combat consists of just I am playing a controller, by the way, on the PC version, but you just kind of button mash with X on an Xbox controller. You can also dash with B. You can double jump, which is always nice. And this character, this is the basic ability, or the basic version of the character, I should say. You can actually throw your skull, which does damage, and then you can actually teleport to it and beat people up. It's great. So the way you progress through the game, it is a roguelike, so there is a little bit of permanent progression as you finish your runs, or after you die. You can actually spend these purple crystals in the bottom right corner that you can see. The gold is just temporary that you'll be using in that current run. And the way you actually progress through levels is you need to defeat every single enemy within the kind of arena for the door to actually open up for you. So the main comparison probably a lot of people will be making to this game is Dead Cells, and I'd have to say that the combat isn't as meaty and fluent, but then again I do also want to mention that the game is in early access currently, like Dead Cells was, so hopefully they can actually, I mean it does still feel really good. Like you can see there's a knockback and like all these nice particle effects. It does feel good to whack them, but I guess I should say it's a bit less diverse, the combat. Then again, I am using the basic stance, but I do appreciate the versatility of other games that allow you to, for example, stomp on the ground and mess people up in that way, kick doors open, stuff like that, you know. But you do have your skull throw, which is very nice. And as you'll see here, our combat is going to open up a lot. Unfortunately, we got the most broken other form here, the mummy form. It still works, but as you'll see in a second. So this skull always adds the skill Firecracker. Significantly increases jump power but disables double jumps, makes you immune to trap damage, movement speed minus 10%, roll invincible during dashes, can't multi-dash. And then, yeah, okay. So you can see here I'm now a mummy. I've got a nice little gun. Looks like a flintlock, but it shoots at machine gun speed. I can still double jump, and my dodge is not immune. So I think that's just kind of an example of the game being unfinished currently. Most of the stuff that I've experienced has not been like that. So I think this is actually, we just got unfortunate here. It still does work though, and not everything is consistent with every single form that you get. So for example, if I open this up, you can see I got Mummy Bomb. That's not necessarily something you're going to get with every single mummy form that you grab. So this one, throw mummy heads that explode on contact. But I previously got a mummy form which actually poisons enemies nearby. So, you know, I do appreciate that that kind of changes things up a little bit despite it being the same form. And now the interesting thing is, you can change between your forms at any time, and when you do that, I don't know if you noticed that my character just did a little nice spinning attack. And if I change to the mummy form, unfortunately it's the most boring one, but you get a little speed boost. It's nice for, I guess, you know, avoiding enemies. But there are a lot more interesting forms in my opinion. So yeah, you can see that's the switching back to basic. I do love the teleport ability. It is really cool. And yeah, this guy can multi-dash, which is very nice. It feels very cool. It does feel very cool. I don't want to give the wrong impression about, you know, comparing it to Dead Cells. It does feel good, but yeah, not as good. That's all I'm saying. So periodically you can kind of come to a nice little store like this, nice and cozy. I don't have enough money to buy anything here. You can heal up there, which I actually might do since... And you also do get increased basic attack by 10%. Yeah, let's do it, why not? I can't afford the other expensive stuff, so whatever. And I'm gonna switch over to mummy form, because you can actually, with new forms, you can replace your basic form, which I don't want to do. I do enjoy it right now. This does dash attack, increased by 20%, move forward and stab quickly when swapping, attack, move quickly and stab. I've never actually tried this one, so... Okay, so it's a spear one. Alright, let's try come down here. Oh my god, all these barrels. So, okay, so it is relatively slow. Let's see if it does a lot of damage. I can multi-dash with this still. And the left trigger is just a nice big pierce. Okay, and then we can see what these switching back abilities in a bit. All these characters... Oh, did he just take the mummy form? Oh, he did. That's funny. I never noticed that. I guess he puts the head on that you gave him. Hello, friend. Could you hear me out? Listen, I had my head until yesterday. I lost it during the fight with that jerk. You know what I'm talking about, right? The most famous hero of Carleon. He's not as famous as some of the mages and witches here, though. Carleon is known for its sophisticated magic. So, the story actually goes that the heroes are invading the skeletal lands or monster lands, and they're just being assholes or jerks like he said. So let's do the switching attack. Okay, pretty basic, not that interesting. We're not getting the coolest forms, honestly. I mean, it is fun, I like this one, but there are some other more interesting ones that will like freeze enemies on impact. You can get a jester outfit that you can throw daggers from a distance, and then once they reach a certain threshold, the enemies, I think it's 4 daggers, they'll actually explode and you know, deal damage to also close by enemies. So there is stuff that's slightly more complex, not that complex. In the end, it is a side-scroller platform action game. But yeah, the story, yeah, I mean, I basically said everything. Just heroes are assholes, or humans are assholes, and they're called heroes in this world, of course. And I just jumped right into the poison. So I don't think that's actually a poison, it's just some sort of area cloud, but there is poison damage that you can take. Not very fun. So yeah, I was kind of surprised actually. I probably is just because I played a lot of Dead Cells recently, where the dodge does not make you immune, so you do need to jump around and stuff to dodge. You can't crouch under arrows, for example. So yeah, you don't have that much control, or that many options, I should say. And by the way, I should say I'm talking over it, but the music is honestly one of my favorite parts of the game. I'm really enjoying it so far. Alright, so I'm not sure what this is. It's probably some sort of defense buff? Yeah, looks like it. Got 20 seconds of this. You can also pick up items, temporary items for the run at least, that you can activate whenever you want to, and then they go on cooldown. Something like a shield, for example, which will make you immune to all damage. This guy's about to explode. Go on, man, bring it on. And yeah, I hope we get a nice and slightly more interesting form. This one's okay, but I really want to show off some cooler ones. Let's see here. We're probably going to get one soon enough. It's been a while. Fuck that pot. Whatever you're cooking, it's gone now. I'm going to be curious to see what people think, because there obviously won't be some sort of incentive to speedrun runs. Again, like Dead Cells, for example, doors that will be opened only if you've been fast enough, whereas this forces you to actually kill enemies before you move on. So I have noticed that these vines nearby actually will stun enemies that it hits. So let's see. Maybe this guy's a bit too far. I'm almost dead. So actually, healing is quite hard. You don't get many opportunities to do it often. Sometimes you'll get those like cross monuments that you can break. There you go, they stunned. I like that. So you'll periodically run into those where you can break them and heal a little bit. You might run into a store where you can heal, but yeah, you don't get many opportunities to heal. So it's actually quite hardcore in that sense. I've never seen this one. That looks like some sort of Kratos thing. Let's change the spear. Attack increases up to 30% in proportion to the number of nearby enemies. Okay. Tackle, dash attack, can't multi-dash. Body slam into enemies in front upon swapping. Launch enemies in the air with a broad upward slash. Enemies receive additional damage if they hit walls. Okay, yeah. So, let's see here. Okay, well these guys are not going to be launched up. Okay, well we can't really test them out. Does the dash... It does do damage, and I can't multi-dash. So this form actually works. That's cool. Or it's fully functional, I should say. Oh boy, we've got our first boss fight here. This is my second try on him. Let's see. I was almost dead when I got him the first time. Well, I don't know if we can truly experience this form. Ooh, still get to launch him up. Oh man, this is a bit slow for a boss though, I think. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Yep, there you go. Alright, well this actually allows us to start a fresh one, and I can show you the hub world. So you come back here to this lovely witch, and you can upgrade your traits. This is permanent progression. Ignore the Korean in the bottom right corner and the overlapping text. Again, early access, so, you know, most things are functional, it's fine. So, yeah, you can actually come here and purchase different upgrades. So here we've got dashing makes you invincible for 0 seconds. That's nice, actually. I didn't see that upgrade. That sounds really nice. That's gonna actually change up the gameplay quite a lot. It is 500 quartz, though, so that's gonna take a while to get to. And it sounds like the invincibility frames are very, very few, so you'll have to be very careful with that. Accelerates skill cooldown by 0% for each skill up to 0%. So I assume... There you go, now I've gone up to 1%. Okay, so that's what we currently had, and that's what we're gonna get when we level up. I'm gonna go a little bit with max HP. You can get increased basic attack damage. I assume that's damage. It just says %. Oh, what's this monument? If I don't get the ability to fly, I'm gonna be really disappointed. Let's see. Oh, I'm actually... My attack is way faster. Oh, that's really cool. I like that one a lot. Alright, well, it's about to run out, so let's use it quick. No. I hate these plants. Whew. So I can see one problem I will have with the game playing it more. And a lot of other roguelikes suffer this, which is that I can see that after you finish a nice, interesting run that you've gone quite far into, the beginning of every single run will feel quite stale. I can definitely see that, because currently there's only one biome, you don't start with any new weapons, so having some sort of, let's say, Dead Cells system where a random unlocked skull will just spawn at the beginning of the run, that would be nice. Although I understand that maybe that would just incentivize people to just keep resetting the run until they get a skull that they like. But I think some more variety would be nice, or just allowing you to progress to 2 different biomes, kind of like Binding of Isaac style as well. I think some sort of variety would definitely benefit the game, or even, like I said, just adding to the basic moveset. Just a nice little stomp to the ground would be really nice. Maybe a charged attack, maybe throwing your bone would be cool. Just something like that, you know? Just starting you with something a little bit more. Okay, don't want to punch... Wait. This doesn't look like... I don't know if it's just covered... That's still an explosive, right? Okay, yeah. I thought there was something special to it. Alright, let's see what skull we get. And it's the mom... Oh my... Alright, well anyway, there you have it. That's a very small sneak peek at Skul. If you want to pick up the game for yourself, there's a link in the description. And I'll see you next time.